How are you guys doing? So I thought I better do a quick video. Seems like Jose has made an appearance. He did a couple hour long interview a couple of days back, which was pretty interesting. Lots actually came out. So I've taken notes, but I haven't really done anything up. So I'm kind of winging it today. So I guess let's get started. So, one of the things I learned is that Dawn has been charged with SO, and it sounds like it's family members that have come forward. I doubt that anyone's really surprised by that. I know I wasn't. So, well, he's in there. Let's see if anything comes out and if he has a longer stay in the Hooskow. So we were looking the other day at the Wells property. We did that video up and kind of give us an idea what the area looked like. One thing I didn't see, because you would have had to actually go onto private property, is the cliff in the back is 50 to 60 feet down and a pretty steep incline, not something probably that a little person would be able to maneuver. Uh, Absolutely disturbing, because one thing else that we learned is that Summer often let herself out, just got up, opened that back door, and out she went. And they'd find her all over the place. She did like to go to her swings, but she was also big on playing hide and seek and was all over that property. So that alone is a little bit scary. On top of the fact, let's see here, I think it's called a copperhead. A great big damn snake was on their property. One that is higher potency than a lot of different snakes, it would have put Summer in a really bad place. Something else we learned was how truly violent Don Wells' temper can be. Everyone was terrified of him. I know you could see in a couple videos, there's that one when Summer first went missing, and he's got the one boy next to him. Now, if that did not look like an abused child, I don't know what does. I can barely even look at that picture. This interview did not do much for Don Wells. So we also learned, well, he does whip everybody. He's got a great big thick belt that he likes to use. I guess one time he was mad at one of the boys and he just whipped this thing off and smashed it off the side of the table. Jose said that there's still a dent in the table from where that thing hit. So let's truly hope that those kids didn't experience that. He also said that as far as, how Candace's story is, Summer got the candy and then she walked her back to the house and yelled in, "Boys, take care of Summer." Well, no. She just wanders that property wherever she wants, whenever she wants. She doesn't get chauffeured or, I'm sorry, taken by the hand to each spot on the property she wants to go. So, one thing that is good to know is Jose did talk to the FBI beforehand, not recently, but beforehand. So, he wasn't running scared. He wasn't trying to get away from law enforcement. He was having his own kind of mental issues to deal with. I think there was some triggers in that Wells house as far as the abuse goes, and he just needed to get away. And he did. And he admitted that he did sleep with Allie one time. We know that was going around. So he did say, "I'm not going to lie about this." Yes, one time. Now, something disturbing he said is I really hope this is not true. And if it is, I do believe that she needs to be charged. But he said that Candace broke H's virginity when H was 14 years old. Uh, yeah, that's abuse. That's abuse. If it was a guy, if roles were reversed, yeah, not good. So I guess Dawn, I don't know how many times he has done this, but we know that he has definitely done this. Well, we know that Jose says he has definitely done this. And he's talking about Candace being downstairs with the kids sleeping. Well, Dawn was all loaded, sleeping with one of the neighbors right upstairs. Married woman, of course. So he mentally abusive, physically abusive. I think Don Wells is every which way abusive. He was also having showers with his young daughter. Started, well, about 3 years old. So, as this was a, gives you a sick visual. A 6'2" man standing in a very small shower with a little child when what do you think she's eye to eye with? Mm, no, 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 no. So I'll step back and we'll get back into the violence, which is basically sounds like that's what that house is full of, violence. So I guess Summer had a favorite kitten, and she'd cuddle it and walk with it and treat it like her little baby, and what little girls do. Well, okay, this is trigger warning time. I'm sorry, people. I didn't do it. He did it. Trigger warning, as I said. Summer walked around with this favorite little kitten of hers that she just loved to bits. Well, I guess drunken Dawn one time told her to put the kitten down, and she didn't. I don't know how many times he asked, but we're talking about a young child, so they're not going to give up the kitten that easily. So what he did was he grabbed this kitten and threw it outside to all those feral dogs, right in front of Summer. She got to see her kitten get shredded. This man, just for this shit alone, should not be let out. And he is a prick. Pardon my language. It just made me ill when Jose was saying this. It's like, what? So, as we all know, someone who will hurt an animal, they'll hurt a child. They'll hurt anybody, in my opinion. So, I guess Grandis usually slept in the house. I didn't know that. Um, it, yeah, Donna is cheating, habitual. Wasn't once or twice. Why she stayed with him? Well, probably out of fear. And he was drunk by the time he would get home from work, so he would buy whatever his booze of choice is, suck it back, and by the time he got home, he's drunk and bitchy. So that means that the boys and Summer witnessed all of his behaviors. He wasn't, he was verbally abusive to Candace in front of them, he was verbally abusive to them, and we have learned physically abusive, which I think we all kind of had, sadly an idea about, but didn't know how bad. I didn't. So Jose also said that when Summer liked to play her hide and seek, she would be like all over that property, right? One thing that concerned me that he said was that Summer liked to hide in that fridge that's on the property there. It's an old fridge, so I don't know if once you get in, if you can get back out. But that's a scary thing. The way I always learned was you take those doors off. Easy. So yeah, talking about how bad he would beat Candace up. I guess when Jose first was invited to stay at the Wells property by Candace, that the dishes were stacked dirty all over, like high. There was cockroaches all over the house. He said it was the most disgusting mess that he'd ever seen. He was shocked. There's children in this house. That is absolutely disgusting. So I guess what he would do, because Candace didn't cook, is he started cooking for the kids. And I guess Grandis and Candace just kind of were like stunned, staring at him like, "You cook? Man, my husband's a great cook." So Dawn also told him at one point that cocaine was his drug of choice. That doesn't surprise me either. I'm surprised it's not meth. So Jose did leave the state after he was basically kicked out. That was the night that the police were called. And Dawn was saying basically that Candace was sleeping with Jose. But Jose is denying that. He just said it's his imagination. He's a jealous guy and tends to react. His 12-year-old was smoking pot with Dawn. Man, that guy should not be around any kids, let alone like any kids, let alone little guys. So that talk that Jose had with the FBI sounds like it was about 4 hours long, so they probably covered quite a bit. So at one point, they split up, Candace and Dawn. So Dawn went and grabbed, I think it was the oldest boy, and he took off. Gone. I'm leaving you, I'm done. So if Summer was his world, was his everything, as he said, how was he able to leave Summer behind? You know, the little girl that her heart was in his hands? Is that her hands was on? I don't know. He was full of shit, basically. So Jose was pretty grossed out when he discovered that there was like a double dresser pushed up against this one area, and that was the wall for the bathroom. So basically, all you had to do was kind of look over the dresser and you'd see whatever was going on in the bathroom. They really didn't care? Is that what it is? It's an extremely disturbing household. I'm really hoping that this interview he did helps. It was things that needed to be said, information that really needed to be out there. So basically going to have to wait and see how chips fall. And I have a sneaking suspicion something's going on. I'm not quite sure what, but it feels like something's in the air out there with these recent searches and people coming forward. What's her name? Jordy Sue. She also came out and was explaining how she heard the scream and then someone she thought was Candace came screaming up the driveway in the truck, and it wasn't too long after that they were out looking for Summer. So where was Candace? Another good question. I mean, what was happening if Grandis was sleeping and Candace had left. What happened on that property? Well, I think it's a time will tell thing because there's so many stories out there right now that need confirming. But as far as Jose, I feel pretty good about what I've seen and heard. He sounds pretty legitimate to me. So I hope he was able to help the FBI, TBI. I hope that information helps them with the last little piece of that puzzle. Let's find out where Summer is. The parents, well, I think Candace might talk. I'm Candace, please talk. I think if she gets the right people around her, there's a possibility that she might be able to squash a lot of the rumors and actually maybe give us a chance of finding Summer. So that is for now, guys. I am going to post this fairly quickly. I want everyone to know what's been going on, and if there's anything else that comes up, I want to have the time to be able to get that to you as well. So for now, I'm going to say cheers. I appreciate you. Please hit like, please hit the bell, and please subscribe. I really do appreciate you. Cheers.